Hi, everybody, and welcome to Do It with Passion. We are highlighting very special individuals. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I want to say we could not do anything that we do without the amazing help of these incredible beings who are here to change the world and who do so much for our students. I have one of our colleagues as well. This is Lora Schemel. She is our JA BizTown program manager and has been working with Miss Leban for almost maybe over 5 or 7 years. We were kind of finding what was the exact time that this started. And so Laura and I want to highlight Mrs. Krisztine Leban because she has been a part of our organization, has been teaching our curriculum, is now taking time off of her maternity leave to be able to be here with us. And we just want to welcome you and say thank you for being here today.
Thank you guys so much. It's great being here.
So we obviously, I know that everything that you do, you can see the passion coming out of your eyes. We want to just thank you for everything that you do every day. I think now more than ever is a time that we're realizing how much it takes for teachers to do what they do and how much we appreciate everything that you do to be able to shape the lives of our students and make them wonderful human beings.
I know, isn't it funny how we almost need a crisis to see how important teachers are? But it's, I guess if that's the positive that we take out of this, it's a good thing because we really do need to bring that appreciation back to teachers and what they do every single day.
So tell me, what has it been since the change? Obviously, now you're on maternity leave, so you gave birth to a beautiful little girl.
Yes, I
And
did.
what is her name?
Her name's Avery.
Oh, I love that name. And you have a 3-year-old as well, right?
Yes, I have a 3-year-old as well. Her name's Annabelle.
I have a 2.5-year-old, so I'm going to have to learn some strategies if in the future I ever decide to have a second, because this little one is making me rethink things.
Right. No, absolutely. And they're all different. The second one was definitely easier. My first one's also a handful, but you never know.
So tell me a little bit about how the transition has been. I know you didn't have a chance to say goodbye to your students because of just how uncertain everything became. How has it been? Obviously, you haven't been doing the online teaching because you have been on leave, but you have had any conversations with your fellow teachers. How are they doing?
Right. So I was able to do 1 week at home. I thought I was going back for one more week to see the students before spring break. And then that was the week that we actually had to stay home. So I did 1 week with them. And, it was really hard on them. You can tell they wanted to see you every day on a Zoom meeting chat. And, they really wanted to communicate all the time. And it is difficult for them as fifth graders to put together a schedule to get everything done on top of sharing their resources with their siblings or their parents. So it was difficult. I actually told my family that was the most stressful week I've ever had teaching in my life. And it was because you felt tied to that computer. You felt like you needed to be there for them as much as you could. Even if it was 10 o'clock at night, what if their parent was working all day and that was the chance they could send you something? So you wanted to be there for them. But I felt lucky to go home, though. I will tell you that, and not have to do this anymore.
And did you leave a substitute teacher in place?
Yes, I did. So I had to work a little bit extra. So over spring break, we got together a little more to kind of go over a plan. What do you do? We had written out plans for not this. So what do we do in this situation? And I'm very lucky. She's a great teacher. She updates me often, which is great. And I get to hear how they're doing. So I know the students are doing better now. But it's a challenge. It's not easy teaching from home and not being able to connect, with the students like you normally do.
And Hollywood Arts Academy of Arts and Science, how long has it been there? How long have you guys been open?
It's been open for quite some time. It's been open for 10 plus years. I haven't been there that long, but it's been there for a very long time. I was the one, though, that brought the program to the school because I had done it at another school and saw the benefits of it and thought, this is great. Why not, bring this in? You don't do it, we should do it.
Yay! And we're so
Right.
glad that you did and that you're still here because
Yes.
you can imagine. I mean, obviously, so you were part of when we had actual curriculum that was going out to the teachers and the students, when you looked at our guidebook and we were able to, obviously go through everything. But also, I think it's like a learning curve. I mean, the first year, it's a little, making sure that everybody is settled, that everybody knows what's going on. And then the next few years after you do it, I think it gets a little more simple.
It does. I find those simple things though to make more excessive every year. Like I want to get better. Like let me make a bus list this time and let me make this, for each group and make it easier for them on this. So you do try to find things every year to make it better and better. But you do find it is a lot easier to teach the curriculum because you've done it so often. So you find fun ways to explain it to them and you see them do it at the field trip and it's just incredible. You melt your heart.
So I know Laura has a couple questions for you, and you guys work together.
Yes.
Laura putting together everything that has to do with BizTown, and so that relationship with teachers is so important, right, Laura?
Oh, yes, definitely. You guys are big key to our program.
Absolutely.
And how long have you been teaching? What led you to choose teaching as a profession?
Well, I've been teaching for, I think this is my 10th year now. I started doing it really because I had been working in summer camps when I was a lot younger with the little kids, and I really enjoyed it. I love that connection you can make with them and teaching them small things. And I was like, I wonder if I can extend on this. In college, I started to, take the courses, and I was like, this is really interesting. I fell in love with science. I fell in love with social studies and teaching to students in a way that I didn't get it when I was a student. I didn't like those subjects. And when you find ways to make it fun, you're like, wow, I should absolutely do this. It should be fun for the students. And then actually I got to do some of the JA programs in college and really got excited about economics because we taught them that small program in one of our field experiences. And that was a great thing too. And you get to see the students build on real life experiences and you fall more and more in love with the profession. And then now being a teacher, I can't imagine myself doing anything else, working with students, working with teachers. It's just an incredible thing.
Yes, you definitely have the passion for it. And
Thanks.
you've been with the BizTown program for a while. Is there anything you remember from one of the simulations, any aha moment? We usually call it the light bulb moment, that your students shared with you during the simulation.
I really can't pinpoint one. I do know that there's moments in my mind that flash of a student, in particular, doing a part of their job and just not knowing anyone's watching them and just really excited about what they're doing. And that moment where they make the connection of what they had been learning in the classroom to what they're doing right now. So as they're collecting bills, let's say, and starting to write down to pay back their loan, they're starting to make that connection like, oh my gosh, that's how we make money. We weren't a goods, we were service. And it's interesting because they don't really understand service so much, but when they do it, it's really cool to see them make that connection and just the pure joy that they have on their face. They're being an adult for a day. And isn't it so funny that as adults, we sometimes have rough days and we find it difficult to work, but for them, this is the best day of their life. They really enjoy being an adult, making money, spending money. It's a great thing to see.
And
Awesome. We're so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
it's so funny because when we talk to people who have gone through the program years and years later, and we ask them, do you remember who you were, what you did? They remember everything.
Everything.
It was one of those extremely impactful experiences that
Right.
they will take along with them forever. And it makes me so happy to hear that you received it in college as well, junior
Yeah.
achievement. What college did you go to?
I started at BCC, Broward Community College back in the day, and then finished at Florida Atlantic University. And I want to say it was with the BCC program that we did. It was like a 5-week program. You went in once a week. I got to go into a low-income school, which was awesome because they really, took to the program and enjoyed the hands-on experience. So it was really cool. I've been doing JA for a really long time.
And it's amazing because JA has been in existence for 100 years,
Mhm.
and so many people have gone through it. We have a company program where students get together and create their own business, and this is how junior achievement actually started 100 years ago. Fast forward all of these years, now we have programs where you go into the classroom setting, and of course, we were able to build this incredible building in 2009 to be able to have a mandate for every single fifth and eighth grader in Broward County Public Schools.
Right. And the facility is, I mean, hands down the best thing ever, because them being able to be in the facility and live out the day of their job and pay back the loan and see their balance, that is just something that they can never, like you said, forget. They can't.
Right.
It's so interesting. You also have a lot of parent support when you guys come. I mean, you have so many parents that are there for their students. It's a very fortunate thing because a lot of our schools, in Broward County, 70% of the schools are low income. So a lot of these schools are not able to bring volunteers. And so then we have to jump in. And I know we've jumped in a little bit and gotten some BC students and FAU
Mhm.
students that have come and support you.
Right.
And you've kind of been able to see what you used to do, but in another position now as a teacher.
Right. Yeah, I think I would have loved this a lot more to have been a student and done this. So that's definitely a great thing. And I love working with the BCC students because sometimes they'll ask, questions, and getting to see them work with the students. It's a good thing.
It's a way for them to realize this is the reality check. Being a teacher is, everything that you can imagine, but it's tough. And I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the part that we forget about. We forget
Yes.
about how you can only be there as a guide and you can't, get into their lives and make changes and additions. You have to, kind of step back and say, okay, what can I do? What can I control? And how can I help these students? And it seems that they're so fortunate to be able to have someone like you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's great. All you can do is just like you said, teach them the best you can and hope that they make those decisions and help to guide them because like you said, you can't control them. You can only guide them. And that's what the program does. It helps to guide them so when they're older, they understand how does financial literacy work so that I'm not getting myself in a situation as an adult where I don't understand what I'm doing. So it is a good thing. And that's why you like you said, watching them live it out, it's fun.
One of the things that we talk about so much is how much we wish we would have received this
Yeah,
as a
Yeah.
student to be able to have learned.
absolutely.
I know I wouldn't have made a lot of this mistakes I made growing up. And one thing I highlight so much when I have groups of volunteers, because we have companies and we have colleges and universities, and just to let them know how lucky we are as Broward County being the sixth largest county in the U.S., getting over 40,000 students come through our facility throughout the year is astounding. And so
Yes.
the only way that these students can actually get everything that they need out of this day and make it an impactful experience is with the help of their teachers.
Mhm.
There's that curriculum that you need to teach beforehand, and that's so crucial for them to be prepared. How do you feel it is for them when they go into learning from a book and then jumping in and being part of the simulation?
It's definitely you see their eyes open, they're so excited, when they see and they're starting to make the connections as they're walking in. But to be honest, it's fun to do. I try to make it a lot of fun. So we do a lot of hands-on experiences as we teach the program with them. So they're seeing what is it going to look like when I'm there. We kind of do simulations, especially like with the interviews. It's really important for them to understand an interview process and how to apply for a job and not always getting the job that you want and how do you handle that. So it's really cool to deal with that and then see them when they're there. My favorite thing is when they're like, oh, I don't want to do that job, and then they go to the biz town and they have the best time of their life and they look at me like, you were right, I had so much fun. I'm like, I told you, sometimes you have to do the best you can with what you've got, and when you do that you can have a lot of fun. So it is like you said, teaching the program and bringing it back, watching that, the eye opening, I think is the best thing ever. That door open and those eyes open to what they're seeing. That's the best part I think I can ever experience.
It's funny, I have to tell you something that one time, as you know, one of the jobs is changing the air conditioning filters in the
Right.
different storefronts. And it's like theater is how we describe it. Every day we have to make sure that it looks brand new, that everything is put back in its place for the next group that comes the next day. So as our staff was cleaning out those air conditioning filters, putting back, not actually cleaning, putting back the dirty one
Right.
inside, they found a note attached with $3 and it said, "Money that I'm hiding from my husband."
Well,
So
you learned
I,
something there.
wherever it comes, and it just teaches you. That was for me something. I mean, how much they actually mimic us, as
Right.
parents. And now I have a 2.5-year-old, and so I'm learning on just how to be a mom because I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. But knowing that Miles could go to someone like you really gives me calm and ease. And those are the types of teachers that you remember forever. And we want to make sure that that we hear it over and over again. We appreciate you, but everything that you do, we value your charisma, your attention with the kids, your enthusiasm, the patience that you need to have, still being able to have a life with your family, but also giving to so many of those kids that you don't know their circumstances completely, and just being there for them is just a motivator. So thank you for being a part of this today. Thank you for letting us highlight you. And
Thank you so much.
we hope that things start getting a little bit better and that we're able to give you hugs and are able to have you
Right.
back. But for right now, enjoy that maternity leave, enjoy that baby girl, enjoy the addition to now becoming a family of 4.
Or yeah.
And just know that we're here for you, and anything that you need. We have online resources. We have so many things that we're starting to come up with. We're making plans for next school year. And we just want you to know that JA is with you, and we support everything that you do.
Thank you. And I appreciate your words so much. It means a lot to hear it. And, thank you both so much for the program and being so, easygoing when it comes to planning this out, because it is our favorite part of the year. That's how we get the parents involved. We just say, this is the best field trip ever. So get ready. It's this date, take the day off. So thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care and please stay safe.
Thank you so much. You too, guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.